Hello, this is MCuff, and I'm going to teach you how at least I time video files for anime fan subs. What we're going to do is we're going to open up Explorer. I always keep mine in my C drive. To me, that's the most organized way. You come across two files here. Hopefully you already have your files downloaded. The leader should direct you to which files you need to download. In this case, we have our work raw, and then we have our final, which is our script. The scripts can also come in .text format, which you can open up easily in Aegea sub. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to first highlight the PL12 final, right click on it, and make a copy of it. Now the reason why I do this is if anything I mess up and while I'm working on this one, I can go back to this, copy the lines over, and paste it. It will save you many times. Now I'm going to take this work raw and I'm going to go to rename, and what that does is it highlights the name, and I'm going to press Control C to copy it, and then go here, rename this one, Control V. Now these two match. So we're just going to double click on our work raw, and this is going to come up, and what this is our script. Now this script was previously timed, but the problem is we use lower quality rips. This is high quality rips to make them so the fans have a better choice of video. So we're going to take our work raw and we're going to drag it in here. It's going to load it. Then we're going to go to here, or we're going to go to audio, and it's going to open audio from video. Awesome. Now what we're going to do is enlarge it, and I always like to go to view, audio subs, view only. Some people like to do it another way, you know, with the screen. I personally like to have as much audio space as possible. So as I said before, the lines are previously timed, so what we're going to do is take all the lines and make them not timed. Now the way we do this is we go to shift subtitles by time, frame by time, or frames. We click on that. I already have a number set in there. You can just put one random large number and go backwards. And what this does is going to revert all of them to 0. Okay, now I'm going to explain the keys. With left click, it is the red bar. With right click, it's the blue bar. And you can also take it and you can just click on it and drag it by just holding down. You don't even have to actually highlight it. You can just click anywhere and drag. And then we press shift, and what that does is it'll lock on to these purple bars. The purple bars are our scene changes. The scene change is when the scene changes. You can look it up. It'll be a better explanation than anything I can say. Okay, what we want to do is play this line. To play the line, we press spacebar. Okay, the line starts about here. So what I want to do is I want to play a couple seconds before to make sure it's perfect. So in this case, I press Q. And I can take it right here and I can drag it and listen. He starts about there. Little more. Little more. That's good. Now what we're going to do there is we're going to add a lead-in. A lead-in is adding a few seconds or a few milliseconds before, so this text appears on the screen a lot sooner. So in this case, we're going to press C to do that. Awesome. And now we take the blue line and we're going to come across this line right here. To make it lock on, we press shift and it locks on. And we can listen to the line. And I'm fine with that. Now to finalize the line, we're going to press G. Line starts about there. We press C to add our lead in. Also, I would like to tell you, the way to scroll left and right on the soundbar is to press A. We'll do, you know, go left, and then right will go is with F. Also, if you want to go up and down a line, what you want to do is at least up and down a line on the script. You press Z, it'll go up, and X will go down. So let's go to the next line right here. I'm just going to click here, and his line starts about there. Add our lead in, pressing C. His line ends about here. Press G to finalize it. Okay, we made a mistake because this line is actually two parts. So we're going to go to the previous line up here. His line ends here. Press G. His line starts about there and ends there. That line starts about there, ends there. Using the scene changes. Try to time as much possible when using the scene lines. Her line starts about there. Again, using the keys A and F to go back and forth, and G to finalize. The line starts about there. Taking this line, locking onto that line. Right there. Now here's an interesting line. Her line starts there. A little bit over maybe. And we add a lead in. Now I'm not going to add a lead out because this line is long enough as it is. So just leave that as it is. And now we come to a section of nothingness, and this is going to be the intro. Again, using F, you can just, skip ahead and pretty much justify and guess where the song is going to end because of the wave format style. As we see, it's a bunch of noise. This line should be starting right here. Maybe a little more. Okay, we add our lead in. And holding down shift and locking it and pressing G and going to the next line. Awesome. Her line starts about there. Make sure to listen closely, adding our lead in. Highlighting about there, adding our lead out, pressing G. Adding our lead in. Now, if you notice, this line right here kind of goes over a little bit, but we're still going to time it on the scene change. Now, after you're done, you're supposed to look at your work and check it. Always check your work. That way you can look at this line when it appears on it, because sometimes you think, oh, this is going to be, awful. If I time it this way, it's going to be atrocious. But then you look at the work, and everything looks fine. So again, you're done with that line, you press G. Go to the next one. Now, here's a problem sometimes it comes up. You just timed a line, or half of a line, when that line, there's nothing actually in the script. So, just press X and you go to the next one. Her line ends about there because there's another line coming up. Sometimes knowing a little bit of Japanese helps. I could be wrong. Yeah. So her line goes about, it ends about there, adding our lead out. There's a light noise here, but this is a very slight one. Sometimes if there's a loud noise, what I will do is I won't add a lead out. Instead, I will time it on the edge of the noise. That way your attention gets drawn to the noise rather than what appears on the screen. Again, this is sometimes why I timing with the feeling of the situation rather than using numbers or just, making it more traditional. Okay, we press G. Her line ends about there, again using the okay. Q, of course, is to listen to the lines before. To listen to the lines after is W. And then when we're at our lead out, press G. The line starts about there. A little more. A little more. Add our lead in. His line ends there. Well then, I'm going to add this last line. And that's pretty much how you time. Because I only have 10 minutes to do this. So, what you're going to do is go to save as work raw. That's after you're done. That way, so your file is saved, but that's still not done. What you want to do is you want to label your file correctly. In this case, we're going to save the subtitle as PL _012 timed -mcuff. I always time or name my files with my name. That way, if I screw up, they know who did it. And it just makes it so much more organized. So you can take the blame for it. So if we look at our stuff, we'd have 3 .ass files. Also, make sure sometimes to actually, when doing stuff, go to details. It'll give you the date on stuff. Okay, I hope you learned something on timing. Have a good day.